Good day, everyone. So in this video, I'm going to go through and talk about some extensions that we can use for Chrome to be able to help us with our low content publishing keyword research. So there are three extensions of Chrome that I like to use that really help out. So you do have to have the Chrome browser. Chrome is available for Mac and Linux and Windows. It's free. It's Google's web browser, right? And you can just Google for these once you have Chrome installed. And the first one we want to look at is DS Amazon Quick View. Well, what does that do? It gives us some information about products. It tells us its ranking. It tells us its categories. So this is very good information to have when we set up our categories, and also be able to kind of check in on our competition, see where they're placing their products, and some more detailed information about them. So when you find DS Amazon Quick View, you simply hit Add to Chrome. It gives you a little detail about what it can do. Add extension. And there it is. Our extension has been added to Chrome. And then the second one I like is called Keywords Everywhere. The website is keywordseverywhere.com. Now, most of these extensions give us some free information, right? We don't have to pay to use these extensions, with the exception of Keywords Everywhere. It has gone to a paid pricing model. It's very affordable. I mean, you get 100,000 credits for $10. So it's not very expensive at all. So we can install this for Chrome, and we can just go ahead and hit Add to Chrome, Add extension. Now, when it comes to Keywords Everywhere, when you first install it, you need to get what they call an API key for this. And that's how they kind of handle those credits in your account and all those sort of things. So you do need to kind of set up an account with them. So we'll go ahead and set one up here. And ask for them to email me an API key. And it will say, I have sent you an email. Please check your inbox. It will look something like this. Sometimes it can take 10 minutes. And it will have, click here to access your API key. So let's go ahead and I'll open up a browser. And put in my email. And I need to find my password for that account so that we can get that API key. And we got it. So we go into our email. Is our button right here that they say to look for, which is click here to access your API. It says, do note that from October 1st, Keywords Everywhere is a paid tool. After setting the API, you need to purchase credits to see search volume, CPC, and competition data. So that's what's pretty important to us right there, is that search volume, CPC, and competition data that they are now charging for. Before it used to be free, which was awesome. So there's my API. I'll have to blank that out so nobody steals my API key. And then once we have it, we have to go to our extensions. And let me refresh my extensions page, which you get to that by going here and clicking on settings. Inside of settings, you go down to extensions, and it opens up extensions. Okay. And in here, we should find Keywords Everywhere details. And we want to allow it in incognito mode. Remember, I mentioned that in the beginning. And then we also need to put in our API key for it. So it is on, and we want to go to our settings for it, and we want to put in our API. We want to validate it. Boom. And there we go. So we get data from Google Keyword Planner and Clickstream data. There's some other settings in here, but we don't really have to edit anything. These are the supporting website, which is pretty cool. So it doesn't work. It works on more than just Amazon. It works on Google. It works on eBay. It works on a lot of places. It gets a lot of data. Now, keep in mind, if you're spending your $10 to get this volume, make sure you turn it off when you're just searching the web and you're not doing keyword research, so you don't burn through them for nothing. Okay? So there we go. We got keywords everywhere installed. And what this will do is it will show us keyword data, and it will show volume, how many people search for something, and then what it costs per click is if you were to buy ads and stuff. But the biggest thing for us is the volume and then the competition, how tough it might be along with having that information. Plus it gives us some other kind of suggested keywords, so that kind of helps us with our research. The last thing that we like is Amazon Suggestion Expander, and this is exactly what it does. You type in board games, and it suggests other keywords to go along with your base keyword that you put in there. So this is how we get the keywords for our long tail game. So let's go ahead and hit Add Extension. It has been added, and your email address is used to inform you of future products. So we'll just put in here, Luke McMahon, and we are the Business Mentor's Edge, right? Please refresh any browser sessions. Okay, so we have that one installed. Now we have all of them installed. We'll refresh our extensions page here. And like I mentioned, I like to go to details, and I like to turn it on to be able to use an incognito mode. So that way we don't get any sort of cookie interference. Kind of things we've searched for in the past interfering with our search results. And last one is Quick View. Allow an incognito mode, and we're done with all of this, right? So now let's go ahead and close that window out. We have ourselves an incognito window here where I'd gone and logged into my email and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and refresh this, and you're going to see that we got 1, 2, 3. We've got our 3 extensions over there, so we can go to Amazon now, and let's figure out how we want to use these. So let's use the example I used the other day, which was food journal. Okay, here we go. Amazon Quick View is going through and saying you have, not Quick View, Amazon Suggestion Expander is going through and saying food journals for weight loss, for tracking meals, for intolerance, for tracking meals and exercise, right? Here are all these expanded keywords it's giving us. Now, if I had gone through and paid for some credits for the Keywords Everywhere tool, we would see little volume things next to each one of these, and whenever we searched, it would show right here what the volume information was, like how many people are searching for that each month. So that's what's really key, is to be able to have that information that tells you, well, that's great, there's over 1,000 results for food journals for weight loss, but how many people are searching for this, right? That's what we really want to know. And that's the same thing if we were to go to Google and type in food journal. We would then have down here, Keywords Everywhere shows up, and it tells you that to load the metrics for this would be 8 credits. To load the metrics for these would be 68 credits, right? So if you bought 100,000 credits, you could get to do this quite a few times, but you'll burn through them quickly if you're not paying attention. The other great thing about doing it in Google is people also search for it. You get a lot of keywords here, so you can look for different keywords that it suggests, like food journal, bullet journal, food journal, Barnes and Noble, maybe not, but bullet journal is a big one. People like bullet journals and like to design their own journal and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. So being that we don't have that volume information that we're looking for, right? And that's the biggest key thing that we need to know, because we need to know whether people are searching for this term, right? We can use a free tool that Neil Patel has out called Uber Suggest. And just Google it. Here it is, Neil Patel /Uber Suggest. And we just drop in our food journals for weight loss into that. And this is a free keyword analysis app that he's put together. And we're able to go in and see that there's, on average, 110 searches per month. All right. And it says there's 210, SEO difficulties 35, right? Cost per click data that we really don't need to worry about. But what's cool is then there's keyword ideas, and that will give us an expansion. There's not much really there. But let's say food bullet journal. Let's change that up and see what keyword ideas it maybe spits out. And it will also give us an idea of kind of the search volume for each one of those. So as that's cranking out, Food Bullet Journal gets about 50 searches a month. Bullet Journal Mood Tracker Ideas 260, right? So these are all how we're able to find those keywords, and we can kind of see what people really aren't typing that in. Now, a lot of this data is aggregated from Google, because that's one of the biggest sources for information. But if people are searching for it on Google, they're probably searching for it on YouTube. They're probably searching for that in Amazon as well. And that's how we're able to get some pretty good data and do this kind of analysis for free. So once we've kind of come up with our few keywords, we can go here and just say, Food Bullet Journal, maybe, and we can see that there's 546 results for that, and Uber suggests is saying that maybe about 50 people a month are searching for that. So that one might not be high enough for you or me to want to go after it. For some people, it might be. This is that long tail game. We're going off that low hanging fruit, those easy keywords to attack. And we go in here and we see, we make sure we don't look for sponsored ones, right? And we're able to see with our DS Amazon Quick View, this one is 8,000 ranked, 2,000 ranked, 126,000 ranked, 238,000 ranked. So a lot of these aren't, ranked terribly high. And so that means that there's some room for action, right? If you were to see this as number one in books or number one in this category, you might say, I'm going to back off a little bit, for example, right? And then we can hover over it and kind of see what other categories it's in, what it's best selling in and whatnot. Or you could click on it and scroll down and we'll get more of that information of the technical details down there, along with, we check out the reviews and everything else. Now, because this isn't actually a book, I think we might need to hop over to an actual book. And we can see down here the product details, average review, and then its bestseller rank and areas it's best selling in. All right, but that's the gist of it. That's how we can use some of our free tools that are out there and kind of get that same information we could from like KD Spy or from Publisher Rocket, but we got to install a few extra expanded tools into Chrome. Pay for one of them if you want to use the keywords everywhere. If you want to do it free, you just got to do a few more manual steps and kind of write down and track as you go. Thanks for watching.